Well, hello. Here I am again. I hope that you can make it this time. Since I got the stupid time wrong, I can't believe I wrote that. I think I was just so excited telling a couple of friends what time I was going to do this live today that I got the wrong one timed. I was going to take care of this real quick. I just forgot about that. And then I was going to push this here. Who cares? Whatever. I just forgot about a couple of adjustments I wanted to make for you, just so you can kind of tell it's a different time. So anyways, I have something I want to tell you about that really means a lot to me, and I wasn't going to really plan on doing this right now, but under the circumstances I need to, because when I told you, in my other video, I talked about how things have happened, where I've been, and how I got to where I am now. And it's really crazy because about 17 or 18 years ago, I was in a situation where I was homeschooling my kids, and a lady came and talked to our class about this group called Fly Lady, that you could go online and you could sign up for their stuff and you could do these certain routines that would really help you keep your house in order. And I was on board, and I did as much as I could. Sorry, I'm going to adjust myself here. I did as much as I could with Fly Lady for a long period of time, and it got my house in order. My house was dialed. I didn't have clutter. I had everything together. Everything was organized. Everything, just top to bottom. I had 5 kids, 6 kids actually, and my house was clutter-free. And I was soon to have my 7th baby. I even had some sad things happen during that time, but I still was flying high with Fly Lady. And then, like I said, we moved several times. We kept moving back and forth from Utah to Nevada, especially the Las Vegas area. We did for a while move to a little town outside of Las Vegas. We just were moving around a lot, and it was a lot on our lives. And somewhere in there, I think there was a time we didn't have internet or something, I don't remember. But somehow I just kind of lost out on doing that Fly Lady system. And I just was like, they were starting to do a lot of stuff on emailing that was just too much for me. And I was like, I just can't do this right now. This is not for me right now. And so I just stopped doing it. And then I had a really good system. I had my morning routine. I had an evening routine. I had several routines still in place from that time. And I kept building on them in my own way. And I was getting where my life, every time we moved, was getting more and more clutter. You know, you'd have these stash buckets, or you'd be moving, and then everybody knows. I think the best way to move is when you take your... You look at where you're going to be moving into, and you take what you know you want in that room, what furniture pieces are going to go in there, what paintings are going to go in there, what decor is going to go in there. And so you kind of move that first. And then you have this stuff, this clutter, this just stuff you don't want in your life left over. And that's usually the stuff I would just cram in a bucket or a bag or a box. And then I'd give myself a certain amount of time to go through that clutter. And sometimes we moved. There was one year we moved 3 times in 1 year, and I still had bags and boxes each time from the time we moved before. And it just was too much. And finally, it just got to the point where after I kept having one baby after another, I still had like 5 more kids after number 7, and life got trickier and trickier. You know, every time you have a baby, it's just like adding one more thing to the pile of work you have to do, and you have to get really good at juggling. Well, so I got to a point where I was saying, I recognize, I told you, as this year was my part, last year, 2017, was my year to take care of me, to love me, to nurture me, to help me grow and change as much as I could. And one of the main things that I did was start looking for outside help. I told you that I didn't think it was right to put all this pressure on my husband to meet so many of my personal needs. I didn't think one friend needed it or one person needed it. So I thought, well, maybe if I could spread it out a little bit, it might be really good for me to have more people helping me. I needed all the help I could get because I was literally collapsing. The walls were coming in. I was feeling like I was drowning. It was just too much for me. And I just had, adult kids, teenage kids, kids getting married. I had one daughter that was going through a divorce and having her first baby, and another son who was just going through a job training, and one who was coming off of all kinds of addictions and problems. And I mean, just everything was really difficult in our life. And I just was feeling like I was drowning. My twins were 4 turning 5 that year. They were going to school for their first year. So I thought that would be a good time to really focus on me. And what that led up to was I started finding, okay, I need something to help me with all this clutter I have. Because I'm finding that I'm doing things, and I can take before and after pictures. I need somewhere to post them. So I found some different places to do it. And the 2 of my favorite ones is the 40 bags in 40 days. And then the other one, and they just started up again, and I'm so excited. And the other one was Declutterathon. I tried some other ones, but there was a little bit of cattiness going on sometimes or whatever. And I found the most support to be in the Declutterathon Facebook group and the 40 bags in 40 days group. Those were just excellent, very supportive, very encouraging. Everybody just cheered each other on and hoorah'd the craziest things, but it was awesome. And then what I said in a different video was that there was a video that was posted on the Declutterathon Facebook page, and that was a video of Kimmy in her apron, she's in her apron on YouTube. And so someone had posted this video of Kimmy, who was videoing her working with her mentor, who was Fly Lady Kat. And she was walking her through this process of tidying up her office. And she was going to do a 15-minute session with her, but it ended up being a 30-minute session. And she got her whole office cleaned in 30 minutes because she just knocked it out really quick. And I was like, who is this woman? I need her in my life. And I found out she was all over YouTube. And I found out that she had this program, and you could watch her first Flying for Newbies, her first video on her homepage. And then she has other ones on shining your sink and, the 4 cornerstones of routines and the 7 routine eggs that you need to crack, and the way to do home blessing hour, and the way to do your weekly plan, and then the way to do your zone cleaning. She just had all these tips and all these tricks that just, oh my gosh, changed my life. I literally listened to her for about 6 hours the first day, and then I finally figured out I could catch her live on YouTube. I had no idea she was going to be on YouTube, and so I watched her live, and it was just life-changing for me. And I have this notebook, and I just started writing down all these pages with information about her. She says that, you need, so that you can have peace in your life, control in your home, and you can finally learn to love yourself. She has things on, if you're wanting to get rid of clutter, if you're wanting to give up, if you need some motivation, all these different things she was putting on her YouTubes, and it was really, really helpful for me. And, these are just some notes that I took. This one I watched recently was just amazing. And she just said that when your life when something in your life falls apart, or someone lets you down, or something goes wrong, you need to change your mind and be strong. And like I said in this last YouTube I did earlier today, you are a warrior. You can do this. You can control yourself. She talked about this poem that she heard about. The devil whispered in her ear, "You can't do it." And she whispered back to the devil, "I am a child of God. I am a woman of faith. I am a warrior of Christ. You can withstand the storm. I am the storm. You can do this. You are fierce. Take charge. You can do this. Look in the mirror and say to yourself every day, you're a warrior. You can do this today. You can do anything today. Say this in the mirror. Point your finger at yourself. Talk strong to yourself. Make yourself feel good. Say what you need to say to keep yourself going and moving. And just say things and just say to yourself, these things are true. You are the storm. You are going to get it done. You're going to keep, if your house is disorderly and you're not keeping your house, it's enough to smother you. Just watch these YouTubes. I'm telling you, it's life-changing. I even wrote a song for her. She changed my life so much, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, you need to have her in your life. If you need motivation, more than what I can give you, more details on keeping your house clean, more on motivation, more on changing your thinking, changing your mind, just giving your life meaning and purpose in so many different ways. You know, she'll help you find joy in your life. She will help you find peace in your life. I've felt so much more peace in my life just since I started following her. And I have more control of my home, and I am learning to fly again, but it was like I had to relearn all those lessons again. And she's teaching them to me in a better way and just helping me change my mind about things and learn how to finish the process, complete the process, and when I'm starting something, to finish a task. And she said, you know, depend on yourself, learn to step it up. You do the job, make yourself do it. And I know there was just so many more things that I wrote down from her, because she always says these nuggets that really help me. And there was something else I wanted to read to you that was just amazing, because, you know, she just helps you get over things that bug you in your life. She helps you learn routines for every part of your home. She helps you learn every part of your life, and I just think she's amazing. So if you have a few minutes, and you can check her out, she has YouTubes that are only like 2 or 3 minutes long. She has some that are 10 minutes long, some are 15 minutes long, some that are 30 minutes long, some are 40 minutes long, and about 45 is probably the longest one she has. But one of my favorite ones that she did is because I don't like to use the dishwasher. We have a brand new dishwasher, and it still leaves spots, and something's wrong. I don't know if it wasn't hooked up right because my husband hooked it up, but whatever. But she has this video on being the dishes diva. You can just type in Fly Lady Kat dishes diva. You can find that real easy on YouTube. And oh my gosh, she talks about just remembering what it was like to nurse your baby, and how you needed to have time, and you needed to put everybody else on the back burner while you're nursing this baby, because you were nursing the baby. And she says, get in that relaxing mode. You can light a candle, you can listen to music, whatever it takes for you to get going on the dishes. But the thing that I'm learning that I really hate is that a lot of times I would just not want to do the dishes. That's something that was just an old bad habit, because I used to wash the dishes a lot when I was a kid, and I was kind of burnt out. You know, I've been doing this for 28 years. It's really hard to keep motivated and to keep wanting to keep progressing and keep going on and keep washing the dishes after all these years, because my kids help sometimes, but a lot of the times I'm the one that ends up doing them. And she just talked about being the dishes diva, and that you can get these dishes done and just knock it out. And so I was like, you know what, fine, I'll try it, and I'm going to just do the dishes. I'm just going to set my timer for 15 minutes, and I'm not going to do any more than that. And I was just a little brat about it to myself. And all this stuff was just going on in my head, but I started doing the dishes, and before you knew it, I had not only the dishes done, but the counters washed, the table cleared and washed, the bar cleared and washed, everything wiped down, all in 15 minutes. And I was really mad. You mean I've been grumbling, I've been complaining, even when it's a bad day and I've let the dishes go maybe over the weekend, or I was sick or something and no one washed any dishes because they were sick too. And you're talking 2 days worth of dishes. I could get those done in less than an hour, in about 35-40 minutes, and that's the whole kitchen clean. I mean, I start by clearing and washing the table. I start by clearing, and then I clear and wash the bar, and clear and wash the counters till everything's kind of consolidated over by the sink. But then I'm just, bam, wash out the sink and have all the dishes done in just such a short amount of time. And it just irritated me that, you mean I'm grumbling? And the other day, I had just done some dishes, and I'd done a lot of cooking projects and stuff in the morning time, and there was just a lot of dishes that I washed, and I was kind of just burnt out on doing the dishes, and there was about 10 dishes after dinner, and I didn't want to wash them. And I said, you know what? Fly Lady Kat always says just do them anyways, even if you don't feel like it. So I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes, and I'm not doing a minute over 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and do them and just wash it, and it probably won't even take me 15 minutes. And you know what? It only took me 5 minutes. 5 minutes to do those few dishes and wash the counter and the sink out and all this stuff in 5 minutes? You mean I was grumbling I was going to walk away from the kitchen and not wake up to a beautiful clean kitchen in the morning because I wasn't willing to do 5 minutes? Well, I'm telling you, Fly Lady Kat's got some great wisdom. She's got great answers, and she is worth watching. And that's what I would encourage you to do whenever you have time. Watch Fly Lady Kat, because she's worth it. She is awesome, and she's inspiring. She is my favorite mentor right now. So much that I wrote a cute little song. I'll post it below here, and I'll post a couple of her YouTube so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about, and then you can search her out yourself. Make sure that you click subscribe. I have lots of good topics coming up, and you can click the like button if you like this video, especially if you like Fly Lady Kat, because she'll get to see this, I hope. Sometimes she jumps on and she might leave a comment. You never know. She'll surprise you. Take care and have a great day. Thanks so much.